So first things first, thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed in the last like 3 days. Those Evil Dead videos were an absolute showcase for how fast this channel could move, because we went up like 150 plus subs. So welcome to every single one of you. And also we've hit both benchmarks that we need to monetize the channel. Like we've got over 5,000 hours of viewership, and we are well over 1,000 subs. So we've reached it. Now I just have to actually apply. I didn't know this. So throughout my ventures, I will like keep you guys included in sort of how it all works. Like, I know a lot of you probably want to start your own YouTube channels and are wondering how it all comes together, how it all works. I'm not gonna fucking geek. I was gonna say geek cape that information. Gatekeep that information. So as I move forward, I'll keep you guys invested. I'll let you know how it all goes. So yeah, we're over 4,000 hours. So in order to be monetized, you need over 4,000 hours of viewership and 1,000 subs. I was gonna say scubs. What is going on with English today? We haven't made it, boys, because I still need to apply. I didn't know this, but we made it, boys. So that's a huge benchmark. So thank you to everyone who played a part in building this channel up. Thousands of hours of just my face. Y'all good? You guys okay? I mean, thank you, but like, you okay? As far as this video, obviously the lighting is different, just a tad, and you know that happens when I'm about to do some trailer reactions. So there are 3 trailers. There are 4 trailers that I'm going to react to in this video, in order of least excited to most excited. So without further ado, let's jump right in to our first trailer, which is called Feed. It's supposed to be a new vampire horror film. I don't know shit about about it, but we're gonna watch it. Hopefully it's not a waste of a minute and 57 seconds. So
smile.
It's way too good.
I'm finally taking my pussy on a little vacay.
Are we there? I think so.
You're all right. No problem.
I already hate the music choice.
We're excited.
Jesus. Enjoy your visit.
Oh man, the hell is this place?
What does it mean?
Googled it.
All these people, they all look like cannon fodder. All of them.
Was a fallen angel, an immortal entity of darkness that needed a willing human host to survive and can never be killed. The first vampire ever recorded.
So we're going down the biblical angle, kind of like Midnight Mass.
You're freaking around.
It isn't real.
What the hell?
Is she naked?
It's okay. You can come in.
That is, in fact,
shit, look at
nude. Alright, there's some little Evil Deadness in some of that practical work. That was cool.
She's making you imagine things.
Horny teenagers doing horny teenager things. Or college kids, can't tell. What the fuck?
She wants to bond with you.
Dude, I hate this music. Oh, wait.
What are you?
There's like some stuff that looked cool, but I think the movie looked kind of ass. Stand by. Let's decipher. Right there. That looks like a hand coming out of a puddle of blood. Am I tripping? No. Okay, that looked kind of cool. That looked kind of cool.
What are you?
I gotta be honest, I'm not really feeling it. It just looked like, first off, the characters, right? They look like stock characters for any horror movie ever since the early 2000s. I get it's a trope, but they all look like college douchebags just waiting to get offed. Some cool visuals. Hate the music choice though. I'm not digging the whole like slow down a poppy song into something creepy. I feel like that started with Obsessed, the Beyonce stalker film with Idris Elba from like over 10 years ago, and we've just not let this go. I believe then what really like took that trend up a notch was with Get Out, I believe. But we're just running crazy with it. I hate it. Nonetheless, looks kind of ass, and it looks like the definition of a streaming movie. So that's gonna be a skip. Big skippy skip. Okay, so the next one is gonna be the teaser to Crystal Lake. It is. I know it came out a few days ago. I'm a little late, but I did not watch it just for this reaction. It is the prequel story to Jason Voorhees himself. It's called Crystal Lake, and it looks like it's going the route of the first Friday the 13th, where the mother was the killer. Don't know how much they're going to copy, how much they're going to expand on. They have to expand on something because it's a series. It's on Peacock. Another show of another classic slasher following the trend of expanding things. Do these things need to continue to happen? I don't know. I think Bates Motel was probably like my favorite of these kinds of expansions. Then obviously the It series on Max was pretty great. I was not digging the first 3 episodes. Everything after that, I thought it was excellent. I thought that show would have been perfect as a 6-episode season, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed the conclusion. So, and I loved the twist. So Bates Motel, the Pennywise series, and I feel there's one more that I'm missing that is connected to iconic movie feature slashers. But it's not, and I haven't seen Alien Earth. That one's still on my list. I want to. But nonetheless, this is following that trend. I gotta be honest with you, Jason is the least interesting one to me of all the slashers. He might look like a jock, but he's actually the grumpy old man who's tired of teenagers fucking on his property, which just happens to be a camp. So, nonetheless, we're gonna jump into that teaser, and Linda is playing Linda Cardellini, Velma herself, who, you know, there was once a time where she would unmask fuckers like this, and now she's raising them. So this is the short one too.
It's like someone put a curse on this town. It all started when that kid drowned last summer. There's something in these woods, and all it knows how to do is kill.
Mommy's here.
Yeah. Okay, so there wasn't a lot there, like, at all. It really does feel like they're trying to give Jason the Bates Motel treatment, but I just don't think there's enough lore there. I mean, he went to fucking space. There's so little lore. We needed to do Jason X, which, by the way, is a guilty pleasure. I think that movie's fun as hell. Nonetheless, we don't need this, so nothing in the teaser convinced me. But crazier things have been done, so I'm willing to give it a shot. I don't really find the appeal in it. Obviously, you know, we went from his mother to Jason for endless sequels, and I feel like us going back and exploring his mom is one, because she probably has more depth in terms of what they can do with the story, and 2, they're padding out what might fucking be a new film coming out later on. This could set up a film. I just don't think there's enough here, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not excited because there's not enough here outside of some really good kills to make me feel like this could be anything other than just this one season, then leaning into the first remake of Friday the 13th, where they started with Jason because they've already done the story here. So, like, I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. It feels like that's what they're doing. So, nonetheless, I'll reserve my judgment until I see it. Anyway, let's watch the third trailer for today, which I'm actually really excited for. You'll see. I'm actually looking forward to this one, like, quite a bit. From everything I've heard, yeah. I believe Casper Kelly's also a writer on Mandy, the Nicolas Cage film. Okay. I'm gonna see this real quick. What the fuck? Hold on. God damn it. We got it. Okay. Yeah, that's gross. It's a little creepy. Okay, so what I know about this film is, one, Casper Kelly is one of the writers on Mandy. Mandy was a great, oh my god. Mandy is an acquired taste, but I really, really loved that movie when it came out. Nicolas Cage unhinged in a cosmic filtered world. Absolutely fucking awesome. If you haven't seen it, give it a shot, please. But he also directed Fun Size, which is a horror short in the latest VHS movie Halloween, VHS Halloween. And that was such a fun little dark comedy, kind of like this, where kids get stuck in a liminal space being chased by this thing that very much looks like something that belongs in Poppy's Playtime or some haunted, cursed fucking child's show you don't remember anything of until you get some weird fucking creepy VHS tape in your mailbox that forces you to remember. Like, it's some real, like, creepypasta type shit. This kind of has that vibe, but I don't think there's enough of these movies out there that get theatrical releases. So I'm excited to explore this weird. There's just something nostalgic, right? Like, there's something creepy and eerie and nostalgic about remembering shows you used to watch as a kid that kind of just disappeared, and you don't know if you ever really saw it or not. And it's almost like a liminal space that exists within your mind where all those thoughts kind of just get filtered through, but they get stuck in the corner of some ventilation in your brain, and every so often you start picking at it going, I did see that. What the fuck was wrong with me? I don't know if it's going to be a straight slasher, although we've talked about this movie in another video. There was a picture of the horse or whatever the fuck with an axe, so there's definitely slasher elements, but I wonder if there's gonna be psychological elements behind this. Casper Kelly having had a part in writing Mandy, I feel like there's gonna be some level of, it's not a simple slasher, that is for sure. Nothing about it is going to be simple, and that's okay. Even the presentation of the trailer, as short as it was, there's enough to take from it to go like, there might be some liminal space stuff that we're dealing with here, might be psychological trauma, obviously, a child's show, and adults having to cope with that. So, like, I don't know. All I know is that it's about a child and a group of friends who are trying to escape the show. So I'm all over this. I'm really excited. I'm gonna keep an eye out for this big time. So yeah, that's all I got on that one. But now we're going to my biggest trailer, and it's actually the third trailer, completely different footage. Second trailer, completely fuck me. And I'm very, very, very excited for this. This is in my top 3 of this year to watch. It always bounces back. So my top 3 for this year are Colony, this movie, and Wildwood. And every other day they rotate. One takes the number 1 spot for like a week, and then Colony has a trailer, and then I go, oh, okay. And now this is probably gonna be my number 1 again. But these 3 have not shifted whatsoever the entire year since I've known about them. So let me show you. Come on, baby. I'm excited for this, man.
여기에 문제가 좀 생겨서 연락드렸어요.
That set design actually looks like a town that got fucked up. Take note, Hollywood. Take note. And these films. Come on, dude. Come on. Dude, I'm so hyped for this. Come on. I'm so hyped for this.
보셨어요? 당연히 봤지.
We're never gonna see more creatures though. Show me a creature. Show me something fucked up.
이거는
Okay. We're close.
아는 쪽이 아닙니다.
정비 챙겨. 들어가는 거야. 그래. 하나, 둘, 셋. 개새끼 그럴 줄 알았어.
Son of a bitch. Gotta love that Korean humor. That's boring. Okay. Come on, man. The music is doing so much for me. Come on, man. This shit looks hardcore. Fuck. Dude, come on. I don't care what anybody says. I don't give a tiggle wiggle what anybody says. I know someone on the comment section of the first trailer reaction said, the CGI looks ass. Bro, this is about to be a 2-hour and 45-minute long film. Directed by one of the greats. Led by one of the greats. Ain't no way this is gonna suck. If I literally write off this 2-hour and 45-minute epic, knowing that this director hasn't failed me once with his fucking films, not a single one, I am not gonna bitch about one more phase of rendering. This looks wild. This looks like the kind of insane, bad shit, unfiltered, unhinged Hollywood summer blockbuster that I wanted, except it's not from Hollywood. Once again, South Korean cinema is showing us how it's done. This is going to rock because the director has not failed me in any of those films mentioned on that trailer. His eye, his ability for storytelling and character, his off-kilter humor, and he decided to make a fucking space opera, horror, action, comedy. Count me the fucking... I will not be surprised if this is the craziest movie I see all year. I will not be surprised. 2 hours and 45 minutes, and we've just seen the town, the horse sequence, and a car chase. That's all they've shown. And we know that there's a spaceship. I have no idea what this movie needs to be 2 hours and 45 minutes for. I know some people have already seen it at Cannes, and I'm not lucky yet. I'm not there yet, but I will one day be there. And I've heard insane things. And obviously the hype is even more, like, it's intensified when you're in a room full of people who are all there excited about the opportunity. So obviously take those with a grain of salt, but it's not beyond the realm of believability for me that this director really did nail this film. Outside of like if this had a name franchise stuck to it, right, we would give it the same hype as, say, like The Mummy coming out, right, or Evil Dead. But I feel like this is like a good amount of horror films that have come out this year that are original, they're not sequels, that have actually blown up. I feel like this is another opportunity for Korea to show everybody in theaters, not only that they could put asses in seats thanks to neon, but that they can give you a theater experience that we haven't seen in the cinema in quite some time, not coming from a Christopher Nolan, not coming from a Marvel film, not coming from some big franchise like Dune. All things that I do get excited for, but I get more excited for this shit. A foreign film that is capturing something that I've been severely lacking in terms of big blockbusters, unhindered by a runtime, driven by a brilliant director. So I know that I'm probably glazing the shit out of this movie, having not seen it. But again, his track record has never upset me, has never let me down. I really do love his films. I own them all. So I'm on board for this like a motherfucker. So enough on that. Can't wait for that. September cannot come soon enough. On another note, now that the lighting is back to normal, I want to address two things. Number one, Mr. Mike Flanney is now officially prioritizing marketing for his retelling of Carrie. I don't want to use the word remake with him because I feel like that word, there's a lot of negative connotations when we say remake, right? But I feel like a retelling or reimagining fits him better because I feel like he would take some good risks that may not work for a small percentage, but I feel like Mike Flanagan is so trusted that it would be hard to just not be impressed with any decisions he makes. So Carrie has wrapped up. He started marketing a few stills that you can catch. I'll post a couple of them on the screen. Nothing crazy, but it's nice to know that, hey, we're getting another shot at Carrie. And I feel like any other time I would have been like, again, Mike Flanagan's on board. Mike Flanagan's on the job. So I can't wait. It's going to be on Amazon, I believe, by the end of the year. So we'll keep track of that announcement and a full trailer. I will be reacting. And lastly, and most importantly, Nightmare on Elm Street is coming back. Paramount, I believe, has struck a deal with the Wes Craven estate, and apparently the first script has a lot to do with wherever we're going. I don't know if it's going to be a remake, reimagining, or retelling, but I do think this is an interesting case study because while people have their ideas of what directors should be taking the mantle as far as the next story of Nightmare on Elm Street, Mr. Krueger himself, which is long fucking overdue. And I hope he gets better treatment than Pinhead got, because my God, I love that Hellraiser reimagining so much. And I am a big Pinhead fan, and I wish more people saw that and that almost was in theaters. It's really disappointing that it wasn't. That Pinhead Hellraiser has also had so many canned TV show opportunities and a full script apparently. So it's good to see that Freddy is making his way back, long overdue since 2011, and it just means that we're slowly giving these franchises an opportunity with fresh blood. Now, I don't really want to depend on, bringing back old franchises, but it's going to happen whether we fucking like it or not, right? Curry Barker is set to direct the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I don't think he is a terrible choice for that, considering the kind of carnage candy that we got at in the third act of Obsession. So, as much as I, like everyone else, kind of get a foul taste in my mouth when I hear those words, and a foul taste in my ass, I will say that at least they're trying to be meticulous with who they're choosing, passionate directors. And all that to say is, I don't think that, as much as some people are saying, hey, maybe Lee Cronin, or maybe Evil Dead Burns director, Sebastian. It's obviously, these are two directors that came out of nowhere with their versions of Evil Dead, and are making it big and about to make it big. But I think that in a lot of ways, like those films, we're going to get a director that is fresh in terms of having only made indie horror films in the same way that Sebastian did and Lee Cronin did. So I am actually very excited for the possibilities, and I will make a video about my top 3 directors for Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm very excited because I think I have some pretty good names that some of you that are obsessed with indie horror, like I am, will find very refreshing, and I think are just the people for this retelling. So I'm very excited. Stay tuned for that video. Thank you for showing up to this one. Thank you for letting me hit all my benchmarks. That's pretty cool, and this came at a very wonderful time for me. So I'm really grateful, and I really do appreciate you guys showing up here and on Instagram. It's just really nice, man. You guys have been so consistent and so nice with me for the most part. I can't complain. So stay tuned. A lot of good shit coming, and as always, I will see you at the movies.